Welcome to the Necessary Conversation midweek edition. Today it's just me and my mom. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Chad. Just you and me.
We did it. What are you
We
what are you
did
doing
it.
for Thanksgiving?
I have to go later to Shiny Honey, and then I ordered us a turkey breast, so I'll go pick that up. I started cooking early this morning some dressing that is like, let's see, one, two, third generation dressing in our family. It has it's a lot of carbs. Bob doesn't eat it, but I will.
Okay.
And he immediately kind of came out of the bedroom and he said, "What is that smell? Air the house out. That's terrible. It's making me want to throw up." hmm My dressing recipe was making him throw up. So I had to air the house out early this morning.
Well, I'm glad you got that taken care of. Today we are going to be talking about
Wait a minute, wait a minute. What are
oh,
you eating?
we have no plans.
No turkey, no vegan, no nothing?
Nope, not that I'm aware
Oh,
of. But we'll
okay. And
be
then
there in a couple of weeks. We will be there in Oklahoma in a couple
yes.
of weeks with you, and we are going to be doing an episode, all of us together in the same room at your house. That should be interesting.
And then I can have turkey day then too. There, now I
Yeah,
can see
we'll double
myself.
it up.
Um, there was something else. Oh, and Haley is baking crazy at the bakery. That's why she's not on today.
Yeah,
700 pies, she said,
that's
that
quite
they're
a few.
doing. Yeah.
Well, today we're going to do a short episode, but we are going to be talking about Trump attacking these senators and Congress people for telling the troops you do not have to follow unlawful orders. And in fact, you should not, because that's a crime and you can be punished. Mom, we spoke in the Sunday episode about this a little bit. You believe people should do whatever they're told. So did Dad, even if that means murdering American civilians. So you have sent me a couple of clips to this end. Which ones would you? I'll play them all. We have time. And I have one that's about 7 minutes long. We can play that as
Oh,
well.
wow.
You also sent me an interesting conspiracy theory, which I agree is very strange. Some details about the Charlie Kirk shooting that match up with a movie called Snake Eyes from 1998.
Yeah.
What clip would you like me to start first with?
I forgot which ones I sent you, really. I
Okay, let's
won't.
start with this one. This was my favorite one you sent me. This is a guy who paints paintings of Donald Trump talking about
Oh,
what he believes should be done to the legislators, the lawmakers who came out and made that video. Here we go.
he's very upset and mad. Very upset.
Could this actually be a proof to the stimulation theory? They
That's
told
the
you the
wrong clip.
Charlie
It's
Kirk
this
tragedy was
clip.
a wall.
Stimulation theory.
As if we don't have enough fucking scumbags that want to annihilate this country. Now we have these fucking ungrateful, jealous, envious, liberal douchebags like Senator Mark Kelly telling active duty personnel, our military, to not follow orders from the commander in chief. Think about what I'm saying here. Now, as you know, and I admit it every fucking minute of every day, I never had the balls to serve in the military. So for the last 40 years, I've been celebrating, promoting, defending, raising money for, helping the best way I can those who did. The flag, patriotism, veteran, all of it. So I do a little bit of service. So I deserve a little bit of credit as a civilian doing some good service for this country. So I believe not only that gives me the right, but also as an American fucking citizen, the right to call out this fucking douchebag, Mark Kelly. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for your service in the Navy, and thank you for going into space as an astronaut. But with that said, after what you said, for these military active duty to not follow the commander-in-chief, you are a fucking scumbag. And I will tell you to your face, I don't give a fuck if you go to Mars back, fuck a Martian, come back with the cure for cancer. You're a fucking dangerous douchebag, and you should be corrected the way this country was meant to correct fucking traitors. There. I fucking said it. Fuck off.
Okay.
Is
He
that
he
guy a
looked.
news anchor on Newsmax?
That's funny, Chad. No, he
Thank you.
did. He's a little wild out there. He's a little bit over the top. No filter. We see that. We live with that every day. No filter. But What he's saying, I totally agree with. But they need to be held accountable now.
Hang on, though. Hang on. You're saying that you agree that anyone in the military should follow whatever order they're given.
Okay, they have never been given an illegal order by our president.
That's not true. Right now, they are being given orders to vaporize these boats in the Caribbean, just to kill whoever's on them.
They are being
Venezuela is
asked,
saying, hang on.
hang on.
Venezuela is saying there are civilians on some of those boats.
That's what Venezuela is saying because they don't want the boats with fentanyl that is coming into our country blown up. Those boats have fentanyl, they have bad
Okay.
drugs on it,
And you
and
think
Trump is stopping that. And that is what Trump ran on.
but you
to
think the
become our
government,
president.
you think the Venezuelan government wants drugs brought into the United States?
Yes, I do. I think they're being
Why?
filtered. They're because they're making money off of it for starters.
Okay.
It's coming from China into Venezuela and up here into the United States to kill our people. Trump ran on this, Chad, that he would stop this stuff, and that's what he's doing. And now all
I
you
understand,
liberals are
but
yipping. You're
no,
yipping
we're
with
not yipping.
China.
Do you think he has to follow the law or not?
I think he has to stop the drugs coming into our country to
Okay,
save
you're not
lives.
answering my question. Do you
That
think,
he is the president in charge of our country.
yeah,
And if he feels our country is in danger or our citizens, he needs to stop it by blowing up the ships. I'm
okay, by
100.
breaking the law?
That's not breaking the law.
All right.
Blowing up a
We're never
ship.
going to see eye to eye on that. It might be.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know who's on those boats. We don't know what the intel is. They are being less than transparent. You would agree at the very least on that?
Here's the part. No, they're blowing up ships with drugs on it. Here's what I
But
don't like.
they're not showing us any of the intelligence to back up that claim. Anyone could be on those boats.
They're saying it's drugs and drug people.
I agree. They are showing no proof of that to anyone, including
Okay.
Congress.
Well, the 7 that said that went and made their little commercial, they're not showing any proof either of what they were stating.
They're
What
not.
illegal orders has our president given?
They
None.
didn't say he has. They said if that happens, you are obligated to not follow the order.
Oh, right. So they didn't state it to be bold-faced, but they are insinuating it.
Bold-faced.
Everyone knew that.
Of course,
now they're
because it
trying to
looks increasingly.
Because they're all in trouble, and they need to be held
They're
accountable.
not in trouble.
I'm tired of liberals and Democrats getting away with this stuff, and then nothing's ever done. This time, something's going to be done. You just can't go out and make a clip like that and think
nothing's going to be done. We've already seen what's happening with Trump's trying to get Comey and Letitia James in trouble. Those lawsuits just got thrown out.
Not
They're
both
not
of
even
them.
going to.
Letitia James will. He's going to come at her again, or they will. The first one was by what? A technicality or whatever?
No, the first one was because the woman that he put in charge, I forget her name, Lindsay Halligan, maybe. I could be wrong on that. She didn't do what lawyers must do in these situations. And now I believe the statute of limitations has expired on James Comey. So even that was kind of a stupidity kind of thing. Trump surrounds himself with people who are inept in every position, and then shit like this happens. Let me ask you this question. With regard to soldiers following orders, do you believe the Nazi soldiers were all correct in following Hitler's orders?
Yes, that was the guy that they believed in and that led them. But I don't believe in what they did was right.
Okay, but at any time, you understand, like if Hitler rises to power and he says, we're doing this, we're going to do the Holocaust, we're going to do blitzkriegs, we're going to do all the warring things we're going to do. If the members of that army say, this is illegal, we're not doing this, none of it ever happens. So by following, by following Hitler's orders, the Holocaust occurs. If those Nazi soldiers had said, we are not doing this, this is murder, this is illegal, there is no Holocaust. You understand that, right? And you're saying that you agree with them following the orders?
I also understand in that country, if they would say, I'm not going to follow these orders, they would be, boom, dead, gone.
Not if all of them did it.
Yes, they would, Chad.
Who would kill them?
Within the military.
If the military says we're not doing that, who would kill the military?
Then why have a military?
Oh my fucking God. To protect you, to protect your
Right.
country from
And that's
foreign
what we need
threats.
here. But we're having people come out in commercials and say, don't follow our president. You don't have
No,
to do what
they're
he
not
says.
saying that. They're not saying
Yes,
that.
they are, Chad.
It's
They
Article
are
92.
insinuating that. Yes,
They
they
are
are.
not. There is a
They are
document.
by an indirect way that they stated that commercial. Yes, they are.
But
I think that they
this
act like
is part of military law. Literally, Article 92 of whatever it is, the USMJ, the United States Military Code of whatever. I don't have this document. I should have fucking brought it. But I read this last night in preparation for this. It says you must follow lawful orders, meaning you do not follow unlawful orders. And
Trump
so,
has not given anything unlawful.
right, I'm
to
not
anyone.
saying he has. I'm saying that's coming. Or at
It's
least
not
it
here
seems to
yet.
be. He's testing the ground. There's some kind of massive like echo coming through on your side, by the way.
I have nothing on.
Okay. He's issuing these orders to vaporize these boats out of Venezuela. We don't know if there's civilians on those boats. They're not giving us any intelligence. They're not showing us any proof that the people they're killing are indeed drug dealers.
Why would
They may be.
Why would you think President Trump would just go unleash on boats where there was no drugs? Why would you even
that's
think
what he
that?
gets off on. He has already asked if he can shoot protesters in the knees. He has already deployed United States military forces in various cities around the country. You're seeing what ICE is doing, just kidnapping people, beating the shit out of them, spraying babies with mace. So, and Trump does nothing. There's no repercussion against any of these ICE soldiers doing this shit. So
I think all these people are traitors. They should have never done that in a public commercial like that. If they really felt that way, there are other means to go about it within the people that they serve, within our government itself, not on a platform like that. They're traitors.
Why? Trump does that all the time. That's all he does is use a public platform to shit talk people, to say prosecute these people, to talk about I'm making this deal, I'm doing whatever. Trump says all of his shit on public platforms.
In any other country, they would be shot. They would be shot.
That's not true.
In this country, I hope they go to prison.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play you now a clip of Adam Kinzinger. He's a former Republican congressman talking about all of this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't initially planning to do a video about this because I was like, I don't want to get hysterical about everything Donald Trump says and everything that comes out of, because eventually it just ends up becoming like numb. But this one's important as I thought about it more and more. First off, still sorry my voice is struggling. The threat today that the Department of War, the Department of Defense tweeted out that they were going to go after Mark Kelly, or they're investigating Kelly for his egregious acts. Which what they're doing is they're doing it in a way so that it sounds like initially, which is what I thought.
Okay.
It sounds initially like there's something else they're looking at, like conduct unbecoming or something like that. In reality, they're simply going after Mark Kelly because he was part of this, the 6 members of the House and Senate that told members of the military what we get told on day 1 of officer training, day 1, which is do not follow unlawful or illegal orders. Now, I've expressed to you that the only concern I have in that is like...
Okay. So what do you think of that, Mom?
I didn't know that. I mean, why aren't people bringing that up?
You are watching a man bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy who was a congressman for many years, Republican congressman, also in the Air Force. He's telling you on day 1 of officer training, you are told by your superiors, do not follow unlawful orders.
That seems very odd to me that they would say that.
It's in
It's
Article
follow
92 of the
it's
document
follow the
they
command. It's follow the chain of command. Follow what the chain of command tells you to do, isn't it?
you're listening
To
to a
protect
guy.
all of us?
No, but you cannot break the law.
Okay. Do you have my other clip though? The other one where the man,
Yes,
the
and
other.
we can play it after you
Okay,
watch
great.
this.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Never
Huh?
heard that. I've never heard any
All right.
military person say that.
Well, you're hearing it now.
I'm
What
hearing
do you
it.
mean? Mark Kelly said it.
Well, I think he's a traitor, so
Okay, so you just label anybody a traitor who's telling you the truth?
no. Keep going. I want to hear what he said.
We don't want to put this unnecessary pressure on every enlisted person in the military. Again, their red line is, don't shoot Americans, that kind of stuff. But everything those members of the House and Senate said is, again, what we are instructed day one in military officer school. And now the Department of Defense has said they are going to consider recalling retired, I forget what rank he was, captain, recalling Mark Kelly to active duty and forcing him to stand trial under the UCMJ.
Good.
This is chilling. So first off, why is it that they can recall Mark Kelly? Because he is a retired member of the military. So what is that saying? He has done more for his country in serving the military than Donald Trump has done. And now they're...
Do you agree with that?
Yes, but then he should know not to say that in public to not follow the orders.
This guy's also saying it, Adam Kinzinger. Hello?
Yeah.
And now they're going to use that in theory. Loophole, kind of, to get political retribution. So there's so many things here. Number one, mixing the military with politics. Clearly, this is a political move. Secondly, striking fear into the heart of retired officers. That's what they're trying to do. The same officers that go on television and, tell the truth about Donald Trump. They're trying to strike the fear of God in them. And then, of course, trying to shut Mark Kelly up. This is an administration that is so consumed with retribution, so consumed with this childish anger, that they are putting priorities like recalling a guy to active duty because you're mad at him over actually improving the United States military.
What do you think of that?
None of what he is saying makes sense to me. I mean,
What
he's saying, I hear it, but I don't believe any of that, what he's saying.
Why?
I want you to show my clip. That's what I believe.
I know you're just
Totally
sitting
the
there
opposite
waiting
of
for
what
your
he's
clip, but
saying.
you're not. So you're just sitting there listening to this guy being like, when's he going to play my clip? When's he going to play my clip? Listen
No.
to my clip. Listen to what this guy is saying.
I'm listening.
This is a Republican.
What he doesn't understand, too, is when he is saying, don't follow the illegal orders, then people below in the chain could get killed because of it. Does he hasn't
No,
brought that up yet.
he literally acknowledged that. He said he doesn't want to put any more pressure on enlisted military members to have to
Right.
make the decision, is this legal or not? So he literally acknowledged exactly what you're saying he did not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have this tendency to just completely make shit up and ignore exactly what I'm showing you, and then say what I'm showing you means the opposite of what it actually means.
It kind of does.
No, what? How is that?
My next clip that you will show makes 100% opposite of kind of
All
what
right,
he is
we
saying.
still have half of this clip left. I want you to watch it all.
Okay.
This is disgusting. In countries with authoritarians, one of the last things they do before they have complete control is arrest political opponents. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that means we're now, a hopeless dictatorship. We're not. Obviously, with Comey and Letitia James' cases being thrown out today, The court still is a solid backstop. But to use the military threat is a bridge way too far. I cannot wait until the next president of the United States, whoever it is, starts holding trials for these people that have violated the Constitution and that have sought to destroy this. So to Mark Kelly, if you see this, let me be very clear, because I know you know this. The vast majority of Americans stand behind you. The vast majority of Americans are disgusted by this. And the stronger you fight back, the more of a hero you will be. Because they're obviously not going to call you back to active duty. And obviously, they're not going to convict you of anything. So as you well know, fight hard, fight strong, fight fast, and fight loudly. We have got to crush these people at the ballot box, in the courts, everywhere. Because this kind of thing has no place in a free country.
I'm going to pause it there. We can end it there. That's basically the long and short of it. So you disagree with everything he said and you believe he's lying?
I don't believe he's lying. If that's his
Okay.
belief, I believe in
It's
none
not
of
his
that
belief.
that he
It's
just said.
it's his personal experience. As an
Okay.
officer in the Air Force on day one, they tell you do not follow unlawful orders, just as Mark Kelly did, just as everybody in that video did. So the thing
Okay.
that U.S. military service members, officers are being told literally in their schools when they become officers in the military, that's all the people said in this video. The exact same thing everyone is actually told by the military when they're in the military. So what is the crime here? What's the treason? What makes
The
Mark
crime
Kelly a
is
traitor?
you are going against the president of our United States.
Okay,
That's
well,
what the crime is.
fine. So every instructor in every military officer training course is also doing that. Should they all also be hung?
I didn't say
Hanged?
hung.
Or,
Repercussions.
okay, fine, whatever. Arrest. So you think everybody in the military who's telling officers in the officer schools don't follow unlawful orders, you think all of them should go to jail as well?
No, what I'm trying to say is everything he said is nothing I believe. I don't believe
Do
any
you
of that.
believe? Okay, do you believe that military officers are told on day one to not follow unlawful orders?
I don't know. I'm not in
He
the
just told
military.
you. He
I
went
know,
through
for some
that.
reason I don't. All the rest of the stuff that he said, I don't believe. So I don't know if I believe that first statement. I really don't. I'll have to
You
look it
think
up.
that's a lie?
The
You want me to
first time
Google
I
it for
ever
you?
heard of unlawful orders is when the commercial came up. Then I researched, and they're not even stating what the unlawful order is because Trump has given none. Tell
You
me
aren't
what the unlawful
understanding.
order is, Chad, that they're talking about.
So far, there isn't one, but they can see
Okay,
some
then
shit
why would they
happening
then why would they do a commercial or whatever they did about it?
because they are part of Congress and Senate, and they all talk to each other, and shit starts floating around. Oh God, Trump is asking Pete Hegseth if he can use U.S. military. He already said he wants to use U.S. cities as training ground for the military. So what
And
does
that
that
has
mean?
not happened. That has not happened.
But he said it, which means he can give that order. Go into fucking LA, use it as your training ground. What does that mean for citizens of these cities? Are we just props? Are we, oh, oops, you got shot in the head. It was part of a military training exercise.
You're insane, Chad. You're
He
crazy.
said it. How am
You're
I crazy?
You're
Trump,
crazy.
how is that
You're
crazy?
talking-
Trump
you're talking
literally
crazy.
said that.
You're talking crazy liberal stuff.
Trump said that.
Never heard that one.
We did a whole fucking episode about him saying he wanted to use U.S. cities as training grounds.
Yes, I do remember that. But to shoot people in the head and with no recourse or whatever, what the hell are you talking about?
That's already happened. You saw that priest get shot in the head by ICE. No recourse. That's already happened. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about show my clip and to show people how I feel. That's what I would like to see next. That man made no sense to me.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, this is Buzz Patterson. I'm a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, retired Air Force pilot, combat veteran, and at one time I was the military aide to President Bill Clinton and carried the nuclear football and actually lived in the White House. So I've been around. I was actually, during my military service, deployed to 70 countries and fought in 3 wars. So I feel like I've got a dog in this hunt. I am very appalled at what the Sedition Six has done with their video. I think it's a violation of their oaths of office, and especially in the case of Senator Mark Kelly, I believe it's a violation of the UCMJ, and I hope that President Trump and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth hold them accountable. They are violating, and they are politically using their positions to undercut the command of President Donald J. Trump, and they're circumventing the chain of command. Congress and members of Senate are not in the chain of command. President Trump is, however, as our commander in chief. So I fully support going forward with whatever prosecutions are warranted and legitimate, and I think they are. On these individuals, they use their positions, military and in the intelligence community, to expose, I think, and put at risk those of us who serve in uniform. I think that what's going to happen is because they violated the military chain of command, people are going to die. They undercut the underpinnings of the military, which is good order and faith and trust in their leadership. And in my estimation, what they did was treasonous and seditionist, and I hope they are prosecuted to the full extent. Again, my name is Buzz Patterson. I served in combat. I've served for 20 years, and I am outraged by what has happened by the Democrats, and I fear for what's going to happen to our young soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines if they choose to violate what is a legal order, which will ruin their lives and ruin their careers. Thank God, guys. God bless. See you.
Right. You cannot, he's correct in that end thing. If you are given a lawful order, you must follow
Yes.
it. That's the military.
Right.
That's not what Mark Kelly and the other lawmakers said. They said if you are given an unlawful order, an illegal order, for example, shoot that protester, you have to say no.
They're insinuating he's already given them, and he's given none.
He has
I agree
attempted
with
to. He has
everything
asked
Buzz
about
just
them.
said. I agree with everything Buzz just said.
I know you do. What I'm trying to explain to you, well, I guess let's get to the base question here is, do you think Donald Trump should be able to use the U.S. military to kill U.S. citizens? I think you said yes, right? Your
No.
dad
Why
did.
would he want to kill U.S. citizens? No.
Because he's a fucking dictator piece of shit. He has already asked if he can shoot protesters. He has already asked that of his cabinet.
He
Mom,
loves
hang on. Donald Trump, in his first term, asked his cabinet, can I shoot and kill protesters? He
I would
asked
like to see
that.
that, where he said that. He is our president. He is trying to make our country great again. He has not given anything unlawful, any
Okay.
order unlawful
This
to
is May
anyone.
9th, 2022. This article came out. Former Defense Secretary Mark T. Esper said President Donald Trump asked about shooting protesters amid the unrest that took place after the George Floyd murder in 2020. And he said no to him. So he says, Donald Trump asked him, can we just shoot these protesters? And he said, no, we cannot do that, Mr. President. That's illegal. That would be an unlawful order.
And have any protesters been shot and
The President of the United States asked his Secretary of Defense if he can murder U.S. citizens with the military.
And it said no. So nothing has been done.
Okay.
Has not happened.
Right. He said no because he wouldn't follow an unlawful order. That's the entire issue at hand here. So you're saying Trump has never given an unlawful order. He's fucking tried.
He
and
has
the system's
not given one.
just listen to me for a minute. Listen. He has tried to do it. That is why there is precedent for Mark Kelly and these other lawmakers to say, if you're given the order, don't follow it. He has tried.
They are trying to not listen to our president, is what they're doing.
Jesus
they don't
Christ.
like our
you
president.
just will
they're
not
trying to
hear
take
what
him
I'm
down.
saying.
They need to be held accountable. Democrats do
For
this all
what?
the time with
For what?
nothing ever done about it. They need to go to prison. They need to go to jail for a
What
while.
for what?
On a public platform, undermining our government and being a traitor. That's what for.
Undermining our government is not a crime.
Okay. Being a traitor is. They're traitors.
In what way?
I've told you, we're just butting heads on this,
He
Chad.
stated the law. That's it.
No, you can read each little line as they went down and said
Yes.
their little line, it was do not follow that law. Do not follow it.
Do not follow an unlawful order. Correct. Do not break the
Right. Are
law
they the
is what they're
president of the
saying.
United States? No.
All right, let's just move on to this last clip. This is infuriating.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.
Indeed. All right, so this is the clip that is about the Charlie Kirk assassination and this weird. There's a bunch of similarities basically between the Charlie Kirk assassination and this old movie Snake Eyes.
Could this actually be a proof to the stimulation theory? They told you the Charlie Kirk tragedy was a one-off? Well, it wasn't. It's been played before, like literally frame for frame. Go back to 1998, a Nicolas Cage movie called Snake Eyes. In that film, a political figure named Charles Kirkland, yeah, that's his actual name, gets shot in the neck by a sniper at a public event. Same wound, same setting, same everything. Opening scene, there's a banner for the event. Date, September 10th, same day. The event itself, a boxing match headlined by a fighter called Tyler the Executioner. In real life, Tyler Robinson is accused of being the executioner. Coincidence? Come on. While all this is happening on screen, Cage is talking about his lucky number and a giant 7 flashes in the background. Elon Musk just announced that all spacecraft launching in 2026 will carry the number 77 in tribute to Charlie Kirk. Why 77? Nobody's giving answers. And it gets weirder. Floating above the crowd in Snake Eyes is a massive all-seeing eye on a blimp, watching everything. That's the name, Snake Eyes. And what is 2025? The year of the snake. The tagline? Believe everything except your eyes. Filmed in Trump's hotel, Atlantic City. How many coincidences until it's not a coincidence? Same script, same symbols, same numbers. Simulation confirmed.
That is creepy. Very creepy.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit in there. I agree. The Charles Kirkland, the
Yeah.
shot in the neck at a public event, the Tyler the
Tyler name.
Executioner. I don't know if it was actually shot in Trump's casino or not. That
That's
may
so
or may not be true.
weird.
Let
There's
me
way
look
too
at that up,
many,
actually.
way too many same things there. I don't like that. I mean, I try to investigate. I'm an investigator. People that I know,
Oh,
I do. People in my
no.
neighborhood that know me, know me well, they say I'm a private eye. I should have been a private eye.
The,
Anyway,
hang
nothing.
on a minute. The majority of Snake Eyes was filmed on studio sets in the Montreal Forum in Montreal, Canada. The production spent 2 weeks on location in Atlantic City filming at the Trump Taj Mahal. So for two
Yikes.
weeks of the production was there.
There's just so much that has not been told to us. Well, they
I
told it
agree.
right in the beginning. Within how many hours they had the shooter. We know that he was not the shooter.
Yeah.
I don't believe. There was
Even
no blood.
Trump's assassination. I mean, that
Right.
was completely faked.
Go back to Charlie though. No blood. They
No, wait.
cemented it.
Let's keep on Trump. Do you think that the Trump assassination was real?
Yes, I do.
Okay, it wasn't. I don't think at all.
Which one? They tried to kill him twice. Which one are you talking about?
The one where he was, quote, shot in the ear, but now his ear's completely fine. We have that video of the
I do.
person
Yeah,
ushering
yeah.
the photographers over to get the right angle.
I do
None
believe
of the
that one.
Secret
Yeah.
Service followed protocol that day.
I do believe. I would believe that one more than I would the
Uh-huh.
Charlie Kirk shot in the neck one.
But you know how like that assassin was just disappeared? Do you even know that
Uh-huh.
assassin's name?
No, we don't.
We
And
do.
some
It's
of
on the internet, but it's not talked about. It's
I
not
know.
spoken about. We know nothing about the background of that assassin. And then
No.
you look at somebody like Luigi Mangione and you know
Yeah.
everything about him, right?
Yeah.
Because the Trump one, I believe, was staged.
Okay. Well, what about Charlie Kirk? I mean, I don't lose sleep over thinking about it, but I
Mhm.
do at night before I go to bed. If I'm on the internet, I'll see different
Mhm.
theories, like the microphone, that's what blew
Yeah,
up.
that's what it looks like to me on all the
Mhm.
videos I've seen. But I agree. I haven't gone like so far down this rabbit hole. I'm not like a Candace Owens or anything. But this Snake Eyes thing is weirder in a big way. I don't think it necessarily is like, oh, they were copying the movie Snake Eyes. Like that makes no fucking sense. But the similarities in them are, it's almost like an echo of reality or something, that like this
Here-
story keeps getting retold in some way in whatever the fuck this is.
Here's the part I don't get. When Charlie Kirk, they said, was assassinated right then and there, you see him being carried off. I didn't watch the initial when he got shot, but then I saw no blood when they drug him off. Then they cemented over the little area there where he was sitting. There's some clips that show some men like grabbing the
Hmm.
microphone or grabbing something and
Yeah, I've
putting it in
seen
a
that one.
pocket and leaving. They're saying there was an airplane parked 30 minutes away that took off real quick. I mean, when you said Patel said, "See you in Valhalla," then I've read. Have you seen some of this where they're saying Valhalla is a where they take people to keep them there under government. What do you call it? When they're in security and government watch and they're still alive. So he's there.
Valhalla. The only thing that I know about it is it's like a Viking heaven. If you die
Yeah,
an
no,
honorable warrior's death, you get to go there and feast forever.
there's a place called Valhalla in it's either Australia or some other country where they take the people that want to stay undercover.
Hmm.
And he said, "I'll see you there."
Interesting.
Mm. So is he still alive?
I don't know. There's too much weird shit around it for me to really believe anything. The Snake Eyes thing I don't think proves if it was a conspiracy or not. It just to me is more like a almost like a Mandela effect kind of thing. You know the
That can't
Mandela
be
effect?
coincidence on all of that, though. That's so weird.
But I mean, it can be, a long enough timeline of human events, you
Mm.
are going to see something like this happen where a big, national or global event that has all these details and people already kind of think it's conspiratorial. And then, like, oh shit, there's a movie that has four things similar, including things that are so specific, like the name or the date, that it's like that seems impossible to be merely coincidental because of the low statistical likelihood. But again, in a long enough timeline, you will see statistical clustering like this happening. All that said, I'm not convinced that is what's happening here. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
either.
I think
I
no
just,
one knows what reality is, and
yeah.
this may be some kind of weird mirroring effect in our reality. I don't know. I literally don't know.
I even saw where it said that was just a hologram, and then they took him away or something. I don't know.
All right.
Time will tell, maybe. I can't believe I'm bringing this up because if you're right on this, I'm going to have to eat crow. And I can't believe you didn't bring it up. It was the turkey pardon, and
Mm,
JD Vance was there with his wife. Now tell me how to say it so I don't ruin her name again. Is
no.
it Osha? Did I say it
Sure.
right?
You say it however you like.
Did I say it right?
Roshia.
Osha. Osha.
To my knowledge, it's
Oh
Usha,
yeah.
but I could be wrong.
Anyway, she was there with him.
Yeah,
She
with
did
no
not
wedding
look
ring.
happy. She did not look
And she's
happy.
not wearing her wedding ring.
I'm gonna have to eat crow. I hope I don't have to eat crow, but she did not look happy at all. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see where
This
that
is
goes.
all planned.
We'll see where that goes. I'm not eating the crow yet, but
Okay.
it didn't look good.
If I wind up being right about that they're going to get divorced and he winds up with Erica Kirk, will you perhaps start to come down the path with me on some of these other things?
No. Gonna
Why?
try.
Why
No.
not?
What other things? What other things?
Everything we disagree with about, like all of this shit, like Trump is trying to take over the country. Trump, by the way, for what it's worth, happy Thanksgiving. I think he's about to die.
Why?
All these videos coming out of him stumbling around. He can barely walk now. There was a video that just came out this morning of him and Melania getting on Air Force One or Marine One. They were going somewhere from the White House to Mar-a-Lago or whatever for Thanksgiving. That motherfucker cannot stand on his own. As a
Oh,
person who has been a human crutch to dad, she's human crutching him. He's stumbling around. They're arm in arm. He's leaning heavily against her.
I'll have to look. I'll have to look at that. I
I
saw
think
him
he's
at
going
the
down.
turkey pardon thing and making jokes and all that, but
Yeah.
auto
Talking
pen was,
about JD
yeah.
Pritzker being fat, he's making jokes about somebody else being fat.
No,
Unreal.
no, he was making jokes about last year when Biden or whenever he did the auto pen on the two turkeys that Biden had
Yeah.
pardoned, since he used the auto pen, that they were not really pardoned or something
Yeah,
like
and then
that.
he took this event is like there's families there and little kids and shit, and he's like JD Pritzker's a fat piece of shit.
I did. Oh my gosh. I did hear him ramble a little bit there. Yeah, Dad and I watched some of it. Okay.
Yeah, he's gone, mentally gone, physically is quickly following. I
I'll try
I
to
don't know
pull
how
some of
long
that
he's
stuff
got,
up
but
and
I
look.
don't think it's long. Huh?
I'll try to pull some of those clips up and look. And then, real quick before we go, so this morning, Dad got the Sonus bar, okay, from
I have one of
Amazon.
those.
It came late. He stayed up all night. It never came. It finally came this morning. When we got it, I hooked it all up because he can't bend over real far. So I hooked
Uh-huh.
everything up. The green light is on. We just couldn't understand why it wasn't working. I go, "Did you read the directions?" I go, "Grab the directions." I go, after an hour and a half of him saying, "You're not doing something right," and all this, an hour and a half later, you need the app. So I had to download the app for the Sonus bar to work. After an hour and a half of Dad saying, "Well, it doesn't work. We'll just have to send it back." So that's been my morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm a little
Jesus
tired.
Christ. Well, I wish you luck on that one.
Roman's
Um,
coming back through to help us, so
okay, great.
he'll be helping us.
Thank you, everybody out there, for continuing to watch this show and for joining us on this Thanksgiving episode. Mom, happy Thanksgiving. I love you. Thank you so much for doing these with me. I know you and I, very most of the time, were the only two on this.
Yeah,
Um, but I think I'm getting somewhere.
I think you're not. Happy Thanksgiving, Chad. I love you too. And you know what I think we need to do? Go back. I think they're still on Instagram, on my original ones where you and Haley were just way too busy and couldn't do anything. I would just hold my camera up and go out on walks. "I'm sorry, our friends, your five friends, we won't be able to be on today." Or I do little note cards. "I'll see
Mhm.
you next week." I think those are kind of funny.
You have access to all of our social media. You can post on it anytime you want.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
Yeah, but if you want to keep making videos where you're going on your morning walks or whatever and post it to Instagram or wherever you were posting it on all the platforms, please feel free. You can do it
I
at
only
any
had to
time.
do that when you guys didn't show up, and I felt
Yeah,
guilty. I said, "The young ones can't make it, but the old one is here," just like today.
yeah. Well,
Haley's back on next week.
and what?
I said,
Haley's,
Haley should be back on next
oh,
week
next
after
Wednesday. Okay.
her pie
And
episodes are
then
done.
we are going to have one more episode on this Sunday. And then the following Sunday will be our special all together in one place episode. And also, I should mention, I'm trying a new little experimental thing on Sunday nights. I'm going to be doing a live for about 45 minutes, probably at around 6 o'clock. I'll know the exact time when we release our Sunday episode. So if you want to come on Sunday evenings and kind of talk about the episode that came out that day, ask me questions, whatever, I will be doing those as well.
Wow, you're a busy little man.
Thanks. All right. We will see you this Sunday.
All right, bye.